A lot of you guys probably watching this, you click because you don't have teammates to play with. And I'm telling you right now, by the time you end this video, you're gonna be able to attract a lot of 5 stacks and way more better players. First thing I want to talk about is this is like the very basic beginning. Whether you have a lot of friends or 0 friends, use the looking for group posts on console. Now, I'm not gonna say PC. I feel like looking for group posts on PC are a little bit like nowadays. Just because I mainly do it for console players, because game chat, I know you have to like separate party it, but you don't get a lot of comms on console, which I understand. And with the looking for group posts, you can kind of filter out and really look for who you're looking for. You can, like what I used to do, I would say gold 1 up, gold 1 and only above, age if you really prefer that. What is it with KD? 1.2 KD, 1.1 KD, and higher. So I started filtering out that stuff. At this time, I was still playing with my school friends. However, this kind of leads to my next point is you gotta like filter out the people that you play with. I know a lot of you guys have school friends and you know you're very close to them, but you have to understand, like, yeah, they might be your buddy, you vibe well with them, but they just straight up suck at the game. They're just not good. They don't have a good like improvement mindset, stuff like that. I'm not saying you have to like stop being friends with them. It's just you don't play rank with them. Same thing with like other friends. Maybe you have like, okay, if they're like, you don't have to force yourself to play with people you don't want to play. Bottom line, if they suck, don't play with them. Play with only good players around your level. So the second thing, or the next thing I would want to talk about is this can be PC, console, doesn't matter like what rank you are. If you solo queue, you have potential of 9 brand new players to add. Almost every match you're gonna get different people unless what rank you are. If they call out, like everybody has a voice, everyone might have a mic, add them. Just be like, or maybe type in all chat, or like, you know, GG's guys, anyone want to play again? Like if these guys did really good, like these 2 players are here, I think they have mics, I would add them. I'd be like, hey, let's play again. It's like, if they say no, it is what it is, just move on to the next guy. But oh my god, what is this setup, dude? Oh wow, I was behind the wall, man. Now after you solo queued, you added a lot of people, you have like what, 10 new people on your friends list. I would say question, okay, I'm gonna make time to play with them again, but like if I don't enjoy playing with them, then you just move on to the next person. Don't, just because they're good at the game but they're really toxic and you don't vibe well with them, I wouldn't keep playing with those guys. It's better if you move on and find someone else. Add people normally around your own rank. Communication is like the easiest way to get good at this game, and like how to like properly play it as well. So the next point I want to talk about is, if you want to attract good players that have mics, that, you know, they have mics, they work well together, they pick right operators, and they have, you know, overall there's a good player, you have to be that player too. Whatever you expect to find, you know, a quality in person, you have to be that person too. So if you're not calling out Jack mid rounds, then like who's gonna want to play with someone who doesn't call out and they just like stay on mute the entire time? You have to like be the player that you want to attract. You want to find people who are good at the game, they call out, they know default takes. You have to know that yourself. That way, when you do come across those players will realize that in you. That way they'll want to play with you more and they'll add you for that. But this also comes back to the thing of, you know, if you're toxic but you're good at the game, the likelihood of you getting a friend request is very low. They're not going to want to play with you. So you have to be the teammate that you want to attract. And obviously there's no short way around it. Like, yes, you have to play the game a lot, you have to do all this kind of stuff, but I mean, it is fairly easy. It's very easy to find stacks in this game. If you tell me like there's no person that is out there that can't find people to play with, you can give me your best excuse, but it is solely because you're not putting yourself out there enough and they're not being the player that they want to attract. Stops, if you know, like if you're solo queuing, like don't solo queue. If you really want to play, like if you want to play by yourself, that's fine. Okay, don't take that out of the way. But it's self-explanatory. You get what you put into the match. So if you guys have any questions about, you know, about finding teammates in this game, let me know right now. So this will be like a Q&A part of the video. If you ever need help finding teammates and shit like that, let me know. I'll be glad to ask and answer all your questions.
Located a bomb.
My shirt.
What?
Grenade out.
Bro, I'm finna just nade this guy, dude.
The diffuser is now secured. 4 last operators standing.
Where is he?
Got gun traps.
Interesting.
Op 4 eliminated.
Good job.
What if you're nervous to talk to people? Okay, that's a better topic. So if you're nervous to talk to people, you just can't be nervous. So obviously, I'll elaborate. The best way to not be nervous of something is to do it, to live it, and actually do it, and you'll realize it's not as scary as you think. You're just in your head about it a lot. So what exactly, like, you have to ask yourself, like, what exactly am I nervous about? People possibly rejecting you, not wanting to play with you. You're scared that, like, if I do bad, they'll not want to play with me. Or if you're just nervous to talk to me in general, I think you're just in your head about it too much. A lot of people, like, honestly feel the exact same way that you do. Until they started, you know, they started talking more. You guys are playing the same game together. You're on the same team. It's like, you know, what is there to be nervous about? Calling out? I would practice just like calling out in game, be like, their bakery, I'm opening the barricade. Just start like saying these random stuff. It's gonna be weird the first time, but like once you get used to talking game chat, people responding to you, oh, you'll realize it's not as bad as you think. So I would just have the perspective of like, you know, not putting it on a pedestal too much. It really is not that scary to talk to people. It's the same thing that you would do for, like, you know, talking to a pretty girl or something like that. They're just another human. So kind of enlighten me a little bit. Enlighten me a little bit right now, because I would like to learn this. What exactly are you nervous about to talking to people? Anyone can answer this. What exactly are you nervous about?
Yo, small bag, small bag.
So, yo, swung prep.
The diffuser is now
Eh.
secured.
Interesting.
The diffuser is no longer down to 1 friendly. We have
You were hella nervous the first time you used a mic, but constantly doing it made it very more natural. Exactly. It's the same thing in school. Now, if you're not a very social person in school, then, you know, you just gotta be a little more outgoing with people. Like, if you're, like, genuinely a kind person and you compliment people and you, like, you don't cause any trouble with people, people will not have a problem with you. Female. Okay, actually, I talked about it in my last video, or my other time. I talked about, so I'll say in this video, why not? I'll say in this video because, you know, maybe they haven't seen the other video. If you're, like, a female or a girl, and you talk in game, obviously I know if you talk in game, you're gonna have all of the losers in chat, or losers in the game chat, like, make fun of you, say mean things. But that just comes into having the perspective of, wow, they are really unhappy with their life. And those guys probably don't ever talk to girls ever. They're probably like, they shake and like they shake when they talk to people like IRL. So it's number one, but if you still don't feel bad for them, it's just they have a very like bad mindset as well. The best thing you can do, honestly, man, is just to mute them. Just mute them. They're just gonna make fun of you the entire match. They're not gonna be useful. Their callouts are not gonna be good anyways if they're making fun of someone for being a girl. And also, realize that the reason why they're solo queuing is because no one wants to play with them. They are actually losers. No one's gonna want to play with those guys. Genuinely. You have to think about that. So you have to feel bad. Wow. I feel really bad for this guy. He's making fun of a girl for talking game. Bro, grow up, dude. They're probably 19, 16-year-olds. Yo, he's a girl. Wow, you probably suck at the game. Oh, you play Legion all the time, bro. Like, I would hate to be in that mindset. I would hate to be a person like that. Those dudes just, all they do is just sit. I'll be honest with you guys. All they do is just like sit in the room, play video games all day, eat junk food, don't improve on themselves. They don't go to the gym. They have no social skills. It's just like,
Op 4 found a bomb.
if they're toxic to me and they make fun of a girl, like if you're a girl watching this, just literally just feel bad, man. Just really feel bad about them. And say one or two things like try to help them a little bit. But if they just keep being toxic, just mute them. There's no point of changing a loser's mindset like that. They're not going to listen. If they can't listen to their own parents saying they need to get into the gym because they're so overweight and smelly in the room, they're not going to listen to somebody online, especially a girl, if they're making fun of them. So that's kind of my segment for like any, you know, girls that do that. And I think the best thing to do it is just basically, it's better to have a stack when you play the game that are normal human beings, and they'll give you call outs that they would to any other person. But if you come across people who make fun of you for talking in rank, this is for girls, by the way, if you're nervous or about that, scared to talk in game. Number one, if you're in like gold or below, low quality mindsets often reflect on the player. And the player is probably, he's just overall a low quality player in general in the game. But the second thing also, like I said, you just got to understand that they're probably in a bad spot in their life to be doing that kind of stuff. Just mute them. Understand that you deserve the same amount of respect as anybody else. Doesn't matter if you're a top streamer, top player, guy, girl. It really does not matter. You treat everybody the same as you want to be treated. And if you don't do that, then you're gonna suffer the consequences. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video of how to find people in ranked. I know I got a little carried away at the end, but I think it's a problem that is not addressed enough. Someone needs to speak up a little bit more about that topic. Because it might seem like common sense, but obviously we're in a world where common sense isn't very common. So if you enjoy this video, check out more of my videos. Otherwise, we move on from there.